I find myself staring at long distances from time to time. And no, it's not only because my eye doctor told me it will help fix my eyesight, it's mostly because I try to understand where all my time is going and try to reflect upon all the good things that life has given me up until now. I can't talk about good things in my life without giving gaming a mention. Gaming is something that has been there for me ever since I was 4 years old. I vividly remember getting my first PS2 and my parents asking me whether I wanted a car game or a motorcycle game, to which I answered motorcycle and got this god awful Suzuki Crescent racing game, which I hated but now remember upon fondly. The fact is that those memories are now distant in time. And every day that passes, I feel a disconnect from gaming that's just not normal. It's not that I don't love gaming, it is and will always be my primary interest in life. I watch every event, am passionate about new releases, and create content almost daily to drive my passion for the hobby into other people as much as I can. The thing is, after 5 years of creating content for this channel, my relationship with gaming has drastically changed by looking at how other people interact with it and how I used gaming to grow my own platform. There's no place like the internet. It changed our lives for the better and the worse, but in the recent years it seems like it has been morphing all of our favorite hobbies by blending them into the content machine that just constantly has the need to turn everything into money making. When I say I feel bad about gaming nowadays, it's not necessarily that I think it's worse. I'm just sad that it's almost impossible nowadays for a kid to get that cliche feeling of sitting in the back of the car ride, reading the back of a game box, and then finally getting to play it once he gets home. And it's not just a matter of nostalgia to want things to become like this again, it's also a matter of mental health and rejecting modern trends. Think about how, when you were younger, gaming felt like something that was an extra to your life, that only added to it, made it feel extra, or made it feel more valuable than just a normal, boring day to day. It really takes you back to a time where the concept of things like FOMO weren't as common as it is nowadays, where you didn't feel the constant weight of a pressure for you to experience everything and to take in all the negativity that people try to pander to you online. Your games, your sessions, and your time mattered even if it was something you engaged in alone. You just existed and played video games when you had time. And no matter how small, how good, or how bad, every experience you had with a video game mattered and left an impact on you. I can pick out any game I played until I was around 14 years old and remember a ton of things about it because they're always tied into our memories. Playing a game really felt like sensory overload in a time where things were simple. Whether you want it or not, physicality had a big role to play in all of this. As much as I like to dig on people that pretend to love physical media because it gives views online, there's no denying it's easier to create a connection with something that you can see without it being filtered through an online storefront. Something that you can touch, can open, smell, and see. It's why hobbies such as book reading and collecting have never stopped being so present over time. And trust me, I know that because in my family we've been collecting books for way more than 50 years at this point. I almost get a tear in my eye when I find myself losing time over thoughts of getting into a game store and just looking at things. As a kid with no money, that act of walking and browsing a game store was how I personally kept in touch with the hobby. It made every visit to the mall important for me, because I knew I got to look at video games and be present there with like-minded people. I know that I'm never getting this feeling back again, and I know that all of this is nostalgia scratching at my brain, which is itching for the long gone better times. So what can I do? Well, what I'm already doing. Making content about older games and retro games is something that I've always been passionate about. It's a way for me not only to connect with my childhood and the means to which I got to love gaming, but to also put it up online so maybe, one day, it finds its way to another generation and gets them motivated to be present in the moment and enjoy gaming how me and the people my age used to. I don't get the illusion that anything will go back to how it was before. Everything is a product of its time, but doesn't it fall to us to try to make it as good as possible? I'm not saying I'm ditching everything modern and going back to MP3s, CRT, TVs, and older consoles exclusively. That's just not realistic considering the amount of things I'm engaged in. What I can do is try to be more intentional about everything I do and how I approach things to make it so the moments I spend in my hobbies stand out more in my life. It's so that in 20 or 30 years, I have more things to look back on. So, if you have a console or a game you look back fondly on, or maybe something that you never had that you really want to get, that you feel like it will make you happier or enjoy this hobby more, go out of your way to chase it get it. And never, I mean never, let the modern kill your passion for what you truly love. If anything, I'll be doing it myself, playing older things, connecting with more people, and building my collection and making videos about my memories. Other than that, I'm out.